Before we get into today's video, guys, I have two very important shout-outs to make. First one goes to my buddy Conrad, who has just recently started making some awesome beats. Go check him out on YouTube and SoundCloud. I'll provide the links down below. And my really good buddy, Gleps Gaming. He makes Call of Duty gameplay videos. Be sure to go check out both of their YouTube channels. I will post the links down below. What is going on, guys? Trenches Fleet here. I'm back at it again with another video, and today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask you to fasten your seatbelts, put your tray tables in the upright position. Today, we're going to be taking a trip on the hype train, so all aboard. All right, guys, so today we're going to be looking at all the upcoming Star Wars projects from Lucasfilm and ranking them on what I like to call the hypeometer. Now let's get into it. So as I'm sure most of you guys know, a few months ago, Disney/Lucasfilm announced a bunch of new Star Wars, mostly shows, but a couple movies as well. So let's go ahead and dive into the descriptions for some of these shows. So first one's a movie, actually, and it's Rogue Squadron, directed by Patty Jenkins, director of Wonder Woman. This one seems pretty interesting. I think it's set to come out Christmas of 2023. So we still have a bit of time till that one comes out, but I don't know if you guys have seen the little teaser here. It's like here on the Lucasfilm site. You can probably find it on Twitter, where the director, Patty Jenkins, is talking about how she's always wanted to make the perfect dogfighting movie. And now she feels like she finally has a perfect story to pair that with the Star Wars universe, of course. So I'm pretty excited for this one. The Star Wars space battles are some of the best parts of the movies, and so to get an entire movie based around, just X-Wings, hopefully we get a bunch of other ships, hopefully we get some new ships, is going to be really cool. We get to follow, presumably a team of pilots, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. What's interesting is, right here, so it says that this movie is going to move the saga into the future era of the galaxy. So that's interesting. That's pretty vague. I personally am taking that as like post episode 9. I think that could be pretty cool to see that. Maybe, I don't know, the Resistance or the whatever kind of republic has formed at that point is fighting against the remnants of the First Order or something like that. But yeah, this little statement right here, the future era of the galaxy, that's pretty interesting. I think this one's really promising. I'm gonna give this one a hypeometer ranking of 8 out of 10. All right, next up is, as we can see here, the untitled Taika Waititi film. Don't know too much about this one. Not even sure when this one's coming out. We just know that Taika Waititi is getting a Star Wars film. And honestly, that's kind of all I need to know. I am totally on board. We do have a, sort of promo art of the Star Wars logo in a more distinct Taika Waititi-esque style. But that's all we have for this one, so I'm not sure if this is going to be like a series or if it's just going to be this one-off movie. And I have no idea what time period, what this could possibly cover, but I'm encouraged by the fact that, one, Thor Ragnarok was really distinct and really funny, and then also Taika Waititi's actually worked on The Mandalorian. So cool that he's already got some experience in the Star Wars universe. I I'm really excited to see what he does. I hope he'll bring a fresh perspective and sense of humor to it all. So I am also going to give the untitled Taika Waititi film a hype ranking of 8 out of 10. We got a good one here, guys. We've got, finally, we have the Obi Wan Kenobi series. Look at that. Let's zoom in on this logo here. Looks so super cool. We got a lot to talk about with this one here. We got to talk about a couple friendly faces to the Star Wars universe returning. So first of all, Ewan McGregor is finally returning, reprising his role as Obi-Wan. But not only that, we're also getting, right here, the return of Hayden Christensen as Darth Vader. And look at this quote. This will be the rematch of the century. I have no doubt of that. The fact that these two leads of the prequel trilogy are returning for this new show, I could not be more excited for this one. In what capacity Hayden will return, I don't know. Are we going to see Vader without the helmet, and then we'll have, Hayden reprising his role in that way? Is it going to be like flashbacks? So a big thing about this is we don't know what this show is going to be. Like, what part of Obi-Wan's path is it going to entail? Because, here we go. 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. So right in the middle, pretty much between episode 3 and episode 4. So Obi-Wan does not have a lot going on. He's presumably just hanging out on Tatooine. So I wonder if this show will be mostly comprised of flashbacks, or Obi-Wan's Force training to become a Force ghost, or I don't know. There's a lot we don't know still, but everything we have so far is pointing towards this being amazing. Lastly, I will mention this show is going to be directed by Deborah Chow, who was also part of The Mandalorian. She actually directed some of my favorite episodes of that show. So I have no doubt that she's going to do an amazing job with the action, with the story. The fact that Ewan and Hayden are coming back, reprising their roles, this is going to be awesome. Obi Wan Kenobi, the show, gets a hype ranking of 10 out of 10. Moving on to the next show. One after the other. Just consistently really exciting stuff. Next is Ahsoka. Ahsoka finally getting her own show. Although, the Clone Wars arguably was Ahsoka's show. But nonetheless, we're getting a live-action Ahsoka show set during the time of The Mandalorian. This is another really exciting one. There are a lot of rumors going around right now about potential live-action Ezra Bridger castings. I can only imagine that if Ezra is a part of this, Sabine will also be a part of this. Maybe even Rex, I don't know. Maybe some other Rebels characters. This is really exciting. Just look at the logo. This is enough to get you excited right here. It looks mysterious, interesting. It looks a lot like, people are pointing out, looks like the World Between Worlds, kind of, which was Ahsoka's whole thing in season 4 of Rebels. We got a little tease in The Mandalorian, Ahsoka kind of being like, oh, where is Grand Admiral Thrawn? So I think this show is going to be her looking for Thrawn and Ezra kind of at the same time. So her journey maybe throughout the unknown regions. And what I'm really hoping is that this will bring Thrawn back into the story, back into the fight between the Empire and the New Republic at this point. I have to say, Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka she will always be Ahsoka, right? But Rosario Dawson did a great job in The Mandalorian. Looking forward to see what she does, and excited that Dave Filoni continues to be a part of Ahsoka's journey. I have no doubt that this is going to be a really cool show. This one gets a hype ranking of 9 out of 10. And moving right along, the next show is Rangers of the New Republic. So, I mean, a lot of this video is just kind of speculative because we only have these little paragraphs that they give us about each of the shows, but presumably this one will be covering whoever the Rangers are, and the New Republic. So, like, that's pretty cool. We haven't seen a ton of the New Republic, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Hopefully we get to see maybe some of the inner workings of it all, like maybe the new Chancellor. I think it's Mon Mothma. Not entirely sure what the conflict here will be, because, I mean, the Imperial Remnant or whatever, I guess, is not too much of a threat, but perhaps it'll start to become more and more of a threat within this Mandalorian time period. And perhaps Thrawn, I mean, maybe Thrawn will end up being like the main villain here. I think the most exciting part about this is this little part at the end here. So Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni will intersect future stories and culminate them all into this climactic story event. So The Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, and Rangers of the New Republic, it sounds like are all going to be connecting in some way. When he says climactic story event here, I have to imagine they're building up to some villain, right? And I have to imagine that that is Thrawn. Everything is pointing towards that. So that's the most exciting part, I think, to come out of this one. Other than that, not too sure. Looking forward to seeing it. But at the moment, this one gets a hype ranking of, I'm gonna say 6.5. And next we got Lando. We don't have much to go off on this one. We do have the logo of the show, which looks pretty cool. There might be some rumors going around. I don't know. I think I heard this. I heard it somewhere on the internet, so you know it's trustworthy, right? No, but I've heard the idea that they will do a Lando show with Billy D. Williams sort of narrating all these different stories and adventures, while they have Donald Glover playing the young Lando. And that sounds like a great idea. We don't get a ton of Lando in the movies. I mean, he's, of course, an iconic character, right? But for him to be the star of his own show, I think that'll be really awesome. And if we do get Donald Glover back as young Lando, that would be even better. I thought he was a real highlight from Solo, A Star Wars Story. So this one I think this will be a lot of fun. I think this will be some fun, random different adventures, and we get more of Lando, which is always a plus. So I'm gonna give this one a hype ranking of 7 out of 10. All right, and let's see. Next up is Andor. They do have a sort of teaser, a sizzle reel, I guess, for this one. No clips of the show, just some behind the scenes. So definitely go check that out if you haven't. Let's see. We have Diego Luna reprising the role of Rebel Spy Cassian Andor, and we'll be joined by a fantastic new cast. It includes okay. So we get Mon Mothma back. That's actually pretty cool. Not seeing Alan Tudyk as K2SO, so maybe he'll make a surprise appearance at some point. I have to imagine that K2SO is going to be in this one. Maybe it's because we've already gotten pretty decent amount of pre-episode 4 Rebellion stuff. We've got Rebels. We got Rogue One. So I'm not too sure what specifically this could add. I mean, I'm sure it'll be cool. I really like Diego Luna as Cassian. I thought he was one of the characters I really liked in Rogue One. So it's cool that they get the chance to add to that. I mean, I'll certainly be watching it. Still excited for it, but not one of the ones that gets me more excited. So I'm going to give this one a hype ranking of 5 out of 10. And moving on, we have, we have the Acolyte. Again, not much to go off of here. We do have the logo for this one, which looks really cool, and I'm pretty excited for this one. Let's see what it has to say. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take the audience into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. That sounds pretty cool. Mystery thriller. I don't know that we've quite gotten something like that from Star Wars. Certainly not in live action. So that's gonna be really exciting. Emerging dark side powers. Some people are wondering, is Plagueis gonna show up in this? I don't know. Potentially, right? I mean, I guess that depends on how long the High Republic era lasts. I guess he could, if it says the final days here of the High Republic. Maybe this will be the way they bring Plagueis into the canon, which would be super awesome. But this one looks really exciting. I think the most exciting thing is that we are getting a show in this completely new era in the High Republic. So the Jedi are in a completely different place, completely different state, galaxies completely different. And so it's going to be so awesome to see that in a show. I have yet to read any of the High Republic books or anything like that. Really looking forward to seeing this show in a completely new era. It sounds like it'll be kind of dark. Maybe we'll be following some Jedi that like turn to the dark side. I don't know. Still a lot to figure out when it comes to this one, but I'm really intrigued. It seems really cool. I'm gonna give this one a hype ranking of 7.5 out of 10. Alrighty, and yes. And we've got the Bad Batch. So this one we got as just like a solo announcement way back in, I think summer of 2020. So anyways, we've known about this one for a while. I'm really excited for this one. Something that I was thinking during season 7 of the Clone Wars was, man, they've gone so far with the animation style. They've gotten it so good. It's a real shame that this is the last season. But here they go, sticking with it. The animation looks amazing, and I mean, this show really is a sequel to the Clone Wars in just about every way. I mean, we're following this new group of characters, the Bad Batch, but they are clones, and I mean, we even have Echo as a part of the Bad Batch now. So, gonna be so awesome to see what happens to the clones right after Revenge of the Sith. I think the characters that will show up in this, I mean, we already saw Grand Moff Tarkin. We saw Fennec Shand, I think, right? From The Mandalorian. I mean, I think we could even see Boba Fett, hopefully Cad Bane as well. This show's gonna be super cool, and we have a release date. This show's coming out Star Wars Day, May the 4th, of course. So that'll be really fun to watch that on Star Wars Day. Yeah, it'll be really cool to see this elite clone mercenary group just exploring the galaxy. So I am gonna give Bad Batch a hype ranking of 9.5 out of 10. Let's keep it going with Star Wars Visions. Ooh, this one has a lot of mystery about it, as most of these shows do. Some of them we can kind of guess the premises, but this, we have no clue, yet it is one of the ones that intrigues me the most. So let's see what it has to say here. Presenting an all-new creative take on Star Wars Galaxy, Star Wars Visions will be a series of animated shorts celebrating Star Wars through the lens of the world's best anime creators. The anthology collection will bring 10 fantastic visions from several of the leading Japanese anime studios, offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. That's a really cool premise for this show. So, it says here, anthology sort of collection. I'm wondering if it's going to be like a recreation of the movies into the anime style, or if it's going to be completely new characters or what. I mean, it says anthology, so I have to imagine it's not like one consistent story, but either way, seeing Star Wars animated in the anime style this is one of the cool, from several of the leading Japanese anime studios. Like, I'm just imagining how the lightsaber fights, the action. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be super cool. I'm kind of reminded of the 2003 Clone Wars as like perhaps a good indicator of what we might be in for. I'm super excited for this, even though we don't know all that much about it. Just excited to see Star Wars animated in this new style. Just really looking forward to the action, honestly. I think it's going to be like fast-paced and really cool looking. So, Star Wars Visions, I'm going to give it a hype ranking of 9 out of 10. And we are on to the last one, and it is a Droid Story. Not too sure exactly what this one's going to be about. They say here the intersection of animation and visual effects offers new opportunities to explore. So I'm wondering if this will be a new style of animation. I'm always down to see some animated Star Wars stuff. I don't know. I mean, definitely intrigued to see what this one will have to offer, but I don't know if this one necessarily gets me like, hyped. It's interesting what it says here at the end. This epic journey will introduce us to a new hero guided by legendary duo R2-D2 and C-3PO. So that's cool. R2 and 3PO, like, if they're back, I am definitely on board. Wondering, like, who this new hero could be. Is this going to be another one that takes place post episode 9? Will we finally get the follow-up to the Broom Boy scene from The Last Jedi? Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, this one seems like it'll be fun. Not too crazy hyped. But I am excited. So, I'm going to give this one a hype ranking of 6 out of 10. And guys, of course, the last upcoming Star Wars show was actually a surprise reveal and end credits scene at the end of Season 2 of The Mandalorian, and it is none other than the Book of Boba Fett. We're getting that this year. I believe we're getting it fall this year, or I stand corrected, December this year. So this is coming in place of The Mandalorian. Based on that little teaser we got, I am really excited for this one. We get Tamura Morrison, of course, reprising his role as Boba Fett, or I guess Jango and Boba, kind of, in a way. And yeah, of course, we have Ming-Na Wen returning as Fennec Shand. Robert Rodriguez is going to be directing this series, and he directed, as it says right here, Chapter 14 of The Mandalorian, which was a really awesome one. A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. This is going to be a really awesome show. So glad that Boba Fett is finally getting the action that he deserves. Really interested to see what side of the galaxy this show is going to cover. Looks like Boba has sort of taken over Jabba's palace. So who knows who is going to show up in this? Maybe Stinky, Jabba's son from the Clone Wars movie, will finally return. Who knows, guys? But this one's going to be really cool, coming later this year. I'm going to give the Book of Boba Fett a hype ranking of 9 out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed this look into all the upcoming Star Wars projects from Lucasfilm. I know I am really looking forward to it, and definitely will be covering some of these new shows as they begin to come out. So really excited for all these announcements. Be sure and let me know which shows or movies you're most excited for down in the comments below. Be sure to drop a like and subscribe to Trench's Fleet for some more awesome Star Wars content. That said, guys, I'll catch you in the next video.